There. All right, here we go. Hi. All right, you guys all comfortable in your spots here? I'll keep this spot nearby so I can see the time. Let's get started. I'm so glad you guys are here for our first time doing this. This is so fun. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. It's like this giant experiment trying to just be a human during the COVID situation and how to do anything. So we're just trying a bunch of stuff and seeing what works. So I'm so glad that you guys are here to join us for our first class at Proprietors Lodge, and seeing you guys on Zoom and now in person is so surreal. So this is awesome. So we're going to do this every Wednesday at 9. This is my normal Wednesday class that I've been live streaming since I've always taught this class at 9 in the studio. I started live streaming it right away on Facebook Live, and then we moved to Zoom, and now we're doing it in person with the option for people to be on Zoom. So I have quite a few that are joining us online, and then we'll be doing it outdoors. So you guys figured out how to register, so if you want to come join me again, that's how you did it, is how you'll do it. So every Wednesday at 9 for August and September, and then I'm going to do Friday nights, same thing, 5:30, which is my candlelight class that we usually do in the studio. It'll be here and on Zoom, so you can come. It will not be candlelit. It will be like sunset happy hour yoga here at Proprietors Lodge. So we'll always have 11 spots open on the deck that are socially distanced and marked for you guys. And we could do an overflow group 20 feet back. So if we get more people, we can do people on the wraparound deck or on the lawn there. So we'll experiment. But for now, we have a perfect size group today, online and in person. So we'll get going. And I've practiced with almost all of you before. So it's going to be a gentle to moderate flow class, kind of an all levels class. So we'll start with centering, so you can come take a seat. All right. Any requests before we start? No. Are you so glad we're outside? Okay. Good. All right, you guys. So come into a comfortable seat. You can close your eyes. And then just take a moment to settle into the space. So letting the eyes fall closed and beginning to become very present in your surroundings outside of that sense of sight. So begin to feel your body. So you might want to shift side to side or forward and back, so you can comfortably come into the sitting bones, the pelvis, the hips, any kind of wiggling or shifting or adjusting that you want to take. And then with the palms gently down on your lap, feel your legs heavy, your hips heavy. Feel the connection of the lower half of your body rooted and grounded towards the earth. And then let the crown of the head reach up a little higher so the waist starts to get long. Feel your shoulders soften away from your ears without forcing them down. Just let the tops of the shoulders relax so the neck gets long. Feel your face soften, your eyebrow, your forehead, your jaw. Start to feel the sensation of your physical body outside of just that seat. So start to feel the temperature of the air. Start to feel the warmth of the sun or the cool of the breeze if you're here with us on the deck today. Good. Open your sense of hearing. Notice what you hear nearby or far away. Take a moment to become as present as you possibly can right now. Whatever else is happening in your world before you arrived or after you leave, see if you could just set that down. And take this time together to enjoy being safely in community, nurturing your body and your mind and your heart, connecting with nature, and filling up your own well so you can show up in the best way possible for all those around you. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. As you're breathing here, fill your low belly with breath. So feel the lower part of the belly expand. And then let the middle section of the ribs open, and then let the upper part of the chest expand. As you exhale, allow the chest to soften. Let the ribs relax. And let the low belly soften. Good. Again, deep breath in, low belly. Ribs. Heart and chest all the way to the top. Exhale, release the chest, the ribs, and the low belly all the way to the bottom. The next time that you breathe in, let your hands float together to form a prayer position in front of your heart. You can let the palms touch in Anjali Mudra. And then bow your head to yourself. And perhaps invite in an intention for this morning if you'd like. So whatever you might want to focus on through this practice, whatever you want to bring into your body, your mind, or your heart this morning. As you inhale, slide your hands up towards the sky, lengthen the arms, lift the face, open the eyes if you'd like. And then goddess your arms, so bend the elbows, bring the chin down towards your chest and hold. And then do that again. Inhale, arms out and up, face can lift up. Exhale, in and down all the way. And then one more time, just getting the body moving, the breath flowing to look up. Exhale, in and down. You're doing great. And then this time as you come up, let's interlace our fingers, release your pointer. Good. Point up at the sky, reach your ribs off of your hips, and then stretch up and over towards one side. You can look up towards the sky. Inhale, up and over to the other side, and exhale to pause. Good. Inhale through center. As you exhale, release your hands all the way behind you. Drop your chin, interlace your fingers, and then open up your heart. So press the fists down, squeeze the backs of the shoulders together, lift the chest. Exhale, release the gaze, roll the shoulders. And if you want to take a hip opener, you could bring your hands behind you, plant into your fingertips, and maybe just press the pelvis forward. Look up. Exhale, release back down. Let's do a little bit more work seated. So go ahead and put the other leg in front. Just of your legs. That's it. Good. And lift the arms out and up. Good job. All the way up. And then twisting to one side, wrapping that arm across the lap. Other hand behind you, sit up long and tall. So just warming up our spine here. So working through that side bending that we just took. And now rotation. You could look to the side or over the back shoulder. And then when you're ready, unwind your body, your arms. Good. Exhale, twist the other way. Other hand to knee, long, tall spine, looking over back shoulder. Good. Inhale to lift. As you exhale, bring both your hands behind, drop your chin, interlace your fingers. And then one more time, open up the heart, press the fists down, squeeze the shoulders together, look up. Exhale, release the gaze, release the hands, roll the shoulders. One more time, if you want to take that hip opener, lift the chest and heart, and if you wanted to press the pelvis forward, just lift the hips up, open up the belly. And then go ahead and sit back down. Let's come to all fours. Either come over your shins or you could unwind your legs. Just find a tabletop position. So when you get into all fours, we'll take a couple cat-cows. So have the hands right underneath the wrists underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Round your back, draw the navel up and in. And then inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the face, look up. Good. Do that again. Exhale, round your spine, navel up and in, tail and head drop. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, heart opens. Good. Last time. Exhale to curl. And inhale through cow. You're going to stay in your cow pose here. Move your rib cage over to one side, up towards the sky, over to the other side, and then down towards the mat. So we do our hip circles a lot. These are like rib circles, just getting that rib cage starting to move around the axis of the spine. That's right. So really think about your ribs. So they drop down, they move to one side, they pick up like a cat pose, they move to the other side, and they drop down. So a couple times like that. And of course, this will start to move into the shoulders and the hips too. But if you focus on moving the rib cage, the other stuff's just going to naturally move around. And then when the belly drops, move the ribs the other way. Good, couple times. Good, and then when you come back to cat, Hold. So draw the navel up and in, drop the head, drop the tail. And one more cow pose. Let's stretch it back to child's. Bring your hips to your heels. Extend the arms forward to child's. You're going to hold that child's pose. So hips to heels, arms reaching forward. Good. From your child's pose, walk the hands to one side. Doesn't matter what side. Just come to like a C curve in the spine, pedaling the hands one way, reaching the hip away to the other side and drop the head. Good. Pedal the hands through center. Go the other way, reaching the hands away from the hips. Drop the head. Then come through center, extended child's pose. See if you could wiggle the hands a little further forward so your waist gets longer, your back gets longer. You're actively stretching your spine, pulling the hips back, stretching the arms forward, dropping your head, and hold there a couple breaths. You're doing great. And it doesn't matter what this looks like. So for some of us, our hips might not reach the heels, and that's totally fine. Our hips might be high in the air, or for some of us, the hips might easily drop back to the heels. If it's better on your shoulders, you could bring the arms alongside the body or have a different arm variation in your child's pose. So just a couple breaths there to pause. Good job. And if you happen to adjust the position of your arms in child's, just gradually slide them forward nice and easy. And we're going to roll up through a cat pose. So round your back, drop your tail, drop your head, keep shifting forward till eventually the belly drops, the heart lifts, the face lifts. You can look up like an upward dog, but your knees are on the ground. And then send the hips all the way back to your heels. Then do that a couple times. Roll forward, round your back all the way through cat to upward dog. And you can take this at your own pace, so it might be faster or slower than the pace that I'm taking it at. Good, and then just one more time like that. As the hips bring you back, you're going to hold in your child's pose. We're going to flow right through it this time. So once you touch back to child's, bring your hands underneath the shoulders and either roll up or lengthen up to sit on your heels. If that's uncomfortable, come right to a high kneel, and then we'll rise up together. So lift the hips, lift the arms, come all the way up. Good job. Exhale, open the arms, touch your low back, drop your chin, and then inhale, open up the heart again. Press the chest forward, squeeze the shoulders back behind you, look up. And exhale, release to tabletop. Good, all fours. When you get to all fours, take a little hip wag, just wiggling the hip side to side, feeling that outer edge of the hip, the IT band. And then we're going to come up either to puppy or down dog. So this is a gentle / moderate pace class typically. So if you want to take it more gentle, you could curl the toes under, walk the arms forward, and rest in puppy. Forehead down or chin down. If you want to pick it up to dog, hands come a little further forward to the shoulders, toes curled under, and hips rise. So your choice, puppy or dog. We'll be here again, so you could choose one this time and one the other time, or same thing both times. Let's pedal out if you're in dog. So go ahead and press through your heels. That's right, good. And this can look however it looks. So it's your first down dog of the day, probably. So taking some time to wiggle and move into your hips, into your hamstrings, into your feet. And then when you feel comfortable in down dog, like it's getting a little easier, spread your fingers wide, hand shoulder width, feet hip width. Take a generous bend in the knees and then reach the tail up away from the wrists. You get a long spine. So we have slightly bent knees in our down dog, and see if you could bring your ears in line with your arm bones. So long line from head to hip. And then let's go ahead and walk forward. So little baby steps to start, or if you're in puppy, come to stand and forward fold. Feet hip width, give your head a shake, yes. And give your head a shake, no. If it's uncomfortable upside down, you could be in your flat back with hands to shins. Otherwise, stay with me in the deep fold. You're going to give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms behind. Grab your calves or your ankles. So you could have your fingers face down near your Achilles tendon, near your heel, and just kind of cradle the backs of your legs into the forearms and drop the head. Couple breaths. And you could bend your knees to do this. Few breaths here. Good. And then with a generous bend in the knees, keep touching the legs and start to slowly roll up. So the hands might go from the backs of the legs all the way to the outer edges of the legs. And then at the top, big sun breath once you're lift the arms. Good. Exhale, slide your hands to prayer. Let your eyes close. If that's comfortable for you, stand up tall. Connect to your other senses. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms. Go ahead and take a sun breath to the top. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, bend the knees and swan dive all the way down. Inhale, lengthen spine, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, so stretch your head away from your tail. And exhale, deep fold, soften your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands through prayer. That's great. We're going to do that 2 more times. Pause there, deep breath in. Exhale, release. We're warming up again, sun breath. Inhale, lift, getting our blood flowing, our breath flowing. Exhale, bend the knees, dive forward. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shins, stretch it out. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Exhale through prayer, hold there. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release the arms. So you're going to go again at your own pace. Inhale, sun breath. Keep going. I'm just going to make one adjustment over here. So keep going. Exhale, swan dive. You guys are doing great. Keep going. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. All the way up when you're ready. Good. Pause there when you get to prayer. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms. Let's take one more sun breath for now. So lift your arms, come all the way up. Staying standing, exhale, open the arms and catch your hips. You're doing great. So let's walk up towards the top of our mat for everybody. You're going to stand more on the left foot and send the right leg back to a high lunge. And then when you get into that high lunge, you're going to take a warrior 1. So spin your back heel down without really moving the hips. So they're going to open a little, but then plug your left thigh bone in and press the right hip point forward. So the hips are as square as they can be on the sole of the back foot. That's perfect. Lift the arms when you're ready. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, release your left arm forward, same arm as front leg, and catch your left hip. So you have one arm up, opposite arm is leg. You're in warrior 1 with that one arm up. And this hand's here to kind of remind you to square your hips. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. Swing that arm all the way alongside the body, so long line from heel to head. And then inhale, rise up, arm and leg. Inhale, lift. Do that 2 more times. Exhale, reach forward. Hinge at the hip, long line from head to hip, arm alongside that back leg. And then inhale, rise up. So the legs are working, balance is working. One more time. Exhale, release. Cut that arm through space all the way down. And inhale, rise all the way up. Pause there at the top. Breathe out where you are. As you inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, open up to a wide-legged stance. So turn the toes, open the arms. One way you can go, really. Open up to the long edge of your mat. Go ahead. So I'm going to be with you this way. We'll face here. So you're just pivoting towards that long edge of your mat, everybody. We're facing that long edge of our mat. Good. So let's all face the lake this way. Yep, there you go, Kate. Just spin around. So toes forward, heels back. Bring your wrist right underneath your, right above your ankles. It's so hard because I can't really move around because there's with social distancing and Zoom. So you'll have to just listen the best you can. Inhale, lift the arms up, look up. And exhale, dive forward. Normally I'd be moving around the room. So take your forward fold all the way down to a deep fold. So we're all in a deep fold in our wide-legged stance. Our toes are forward, our heels are back. We're in our deep forward fold. Good. From here, we're going to take a little shoulder work. So take the left arm out to the side. For us at the lake, it's our front arm. You're going to come on the right fingertips. You're going to look up towards the sky. And exhale, take that left arm and thread it right across the body to catch the outer edge of the right leg. Now we're going to go the other way. So our back arm, our right arm comes out and up to twist. You got it. Keep holding your leg. And now that arm's going to come right across your belly and catch the other leg. So now our arms are braided really close, and you can drop the head and just hold. So you're going to pause there. So you're in a wide-legged stance. Toes are forward, heels are back. You're holding wherever you can on your legs, and you guys are looking awesome. Check your feet. You want them parallel, so toes forward, heels back. So for some of us, it might feel almost like they're a little pigeon-toed, but if it's okay on your body, that's going to help strengthen your ankles and the outer edges of your legs. So from this twisted position, take your back arm. For us at the lake, it's our right arm. Inhale it out and up all the way towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, release that arm. You're going to take your front arm all the way out and up. Inhale, unwind the other way to stretch. And exhale, release. Let's bend our knees at the bottom. So hold here, bent knees. Bring your hands on top of your thighs. Press off your thighs to lengthen to come up to stand. And then inhale, big sun. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms shoulder height. Hold right there. Hold right there. Keep breathing. Spin your front foot forward. Your left foot. Spin it to the front of the deck. Bend your front knee towards the front of the deck. Look over your front fingers. You're going to hold there. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Without moving your feet, straighten your legs. Lift your arms, palms touch. You could look back to that long edge of your mat. Exhale, bend the front knee. So feet can stay just like they're glued to the mat. Again, inhale, lift. Good. Exhale, release. You're doing great. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Hold your warrior 2. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, slow cartwheel to the ground. So the front arm goes. The back arm follows. You pivot on the ball of the back foot. Keep the back knee lifted or drop to modify. Press into the right hand. Lift the left arm. Twist towards your front bent knee. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release that hand. So everybody, you can either keep your back knee dropped or lifted. You're going to step back to plank or modified plank. So either a knee down plank or a full plank. And for the first time through, let's everyone drop your knees. And we're going to practice knees, chest, and chin. So lift your tailbone, lift your heart like a cow pose. You're going to point your elbows to the back of the space and lower just your chest if you can. So your hips and your bum are high. Press through to cobra. Unravel, lift the heart. Cobra pose. Exhale, release to your belly. Press back to child's, hips to heels. When you get there, hold. Any arm variation. They could be extended. They could be in prayer and fold back to your head. They could also be alongside your body. So you find a place that feels good and just hold for a few breaths. You guys are doing awesome. As you're holding here, send the breath and awareness to the back of your body. Feel your low back expand, your middle back, your upper back. Exhale to feel the upper back soften, the middle back and the lower back. Good, just resting and breathing here. So moments when we're flowing, when we're moving in and out, like this choreographed of our practice, and moments of peace, moments of stillness, of rest. Good job. From your child's pose, you're going to come just how we did in the very beginning. So bring your hands back near your shoulders. You're going to press up, either rolling or lengthening up to sit on your heels. And if that's not accessible, you're going to be right high kneel, and then we rise up with our arms. Inhale, lift, like a kneeling sun breath. And exhale, open the arms, touch your back body. So your fingers go down, your elbows go back, palms touch your low back, and then reach the heart towards the sky. Press the backs of the shoulders together, look up. Exhale, release to tabletop, all fours. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, round your back, draw the navel up and in, drop the head and the tail, press all your breath out. Inhale, let the belly drop. Let the tailbone lift, let the heart reach forward. You can look up. Good. Exhale, curl, just coming back in and out of that easy cat and cow. One more time. Drop the belly, lift the tail, breathe and look up. Good. Exhale to curl. Start to lengthen from tail to head again. You're going to pause, holding your tabletop. Toes will curl back under, and your choice to either walk out to puppy or pick it up to dog. So puppy or dog. If you're in down dog, we'll take a pedal out together. Come onto the balls of your feet. Lift your heels to a calf press. Exhale, drop one heel, bend one knee, and look underneath the armpit of the opposite arm. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, both heels drop. It's your choice here to take little baby steps forward like we did before, or float one leg forward first in a big step and send the other leg up to meet it. Inhale, lengthen out, hands to shin bones or fingertips find the ground. Exhale, deep fold to pause at the bottom. Give yourself a hug again. Wrap your arms behind your legs. Fingers face down, palms touch your ankles, your calves, your Achilles tendon, whatever you can grab. Forearms help to hug those legs. You could bend the knees or not. And just hugging into that deep fold. A few breaths here. Know that you can be in a flat back too if being upside down doesn't feel good. And when you're ready, generous bend in the knees. You're going to keep the hands touching the legs, slide along the backs of the legs, all the way to the outer edges of the legs, all the way to sweep the arms out and up when you get to the top, and breathe in and look up. Exhale back through center, eyes could close again, coming back to any intention that you created. Deep breath in. And exhale, release your arms. Let's do the whole thing from the sun breath. Inhale, lift. Good, you guys are doing so good. Exhale, bend the knees, dive. You can come through Utkatasana. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Ardha Uttanasana, long, flat back. Exhale, deep fold, melt over your legs. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up. Beautiful job. Exhale through prayer. You take a moment to pause here, closed eyes or open eyes. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Let's go again. Inhale, sun breath. Good. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. Inhale, reverse. And exhale through prayer to hold. Deepen breath. Exhale, release the arms. And do it one more time. No words this time. Let's just go at our own pace. When you eventually land standing in prayer, just pause, deep in-breath. And exhale, release the arms. Last sun breath for now. Inhale to lift. As you exhale, stay standing and catch your hips. Go ahead and walk up to the top of the mat. And step the left foot back to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. You'll start by lifting the arms and up above the head to hold. Back heel spun down, hips are square, deep breath in. Exhale, right arm forward, so same arm as front leg, and then catch your hip. And you're going to use that hand to help work that hip back and square the hips. Deep inhale. Exhale, slice the left arm forward and down. Bring your head in line with your back. Engage your core, abdominal muscles and back. Inhale all the way up to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. And exhale, reach forward to hinge at the hips. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, hinge. So you're moving your breath with your body. You guys are doing so good. Inhale, hold at the top. And breathe out where you are. Good. So from here, straighten the front leg. So you're all going to turn to your left towards your open legs. Open the arms, turn to your open legs. Open the arms to T. So you're all facing the new way. Arms out at T. Toes are facing the long edge of your mat. Good job. Wrists above the ankles. That's perfect. Inhale, lift the arms to a sun breath. Exhale, swan dive. And now we're going to take that deep fold with our shoulder variation. So right arm comes out and up, high on left fingertips. It's a big stretch, so take up as much space as you can. And then reach that right arm across the body to catch the left leg. Other arm, inhale out and up. Get really big, stretch really, really long. And now thread that across the body. Catch the other leg. Arms are braided, head is dropped, and hold. And breathe. You're doing so good. What a beautiful day. Hard to believe last night was what it was, and here we are. I know, it's crazy. I can't even believe it. We got so lucky. Now let's take our left arm out, our back arm. Let's twist out and up. So again, stretch long, straighten the bottom arm, pull the head away from the tail, stretch the top arm up. And exhale, release. Same thing. Now you soften, relax, and now get big again. Right arm comes out and up high on the left fingertips. Big stretch. If you can't reach the ground, put your hand on your leg. Exhale, release. Release, deep fold. Bend your knees. Hands to the tops of your thighs. Press off the thighs, lengthen to come up. Inhale, big sun breath, arms stretch out and up, all the way above the head. You got it. Exhale, arms open, shoulder height. Hold there. Spin the right foot to the front. Front foot faces the front of the mat. Heel lined up with arch of back foot. Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. And you can get pretty low in this. So you determine how deep or vigorous it is. It can also be more shallow. Keep the feet glued to the mat. Straighten the legs, lift the arms. Touch. Just switch the gaze to the long edge of the mat. And then rebend the front knee, open the arms, look to the front. Big, slow, long breath. Again, inhale, lift. You're taking up your whole breath with that whole movement. Exhale, release, big stretch. Beautiful. Again, inhale, lift up. You guys are doing awesome. Good. Exhale, release and hold your warrior 2. Deep breath in. Exhale, slow cartwheel, one arm, the other arm, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Come right into that revolve lunge. So back knee lifted or dropped. Press into the left hand, lift the right arm, back knee lifted or dropped. You're gonna hold. Press out through your back heel, press forward through the top of the head, look up to the sky if you can. If it bothers your neck, look down. Deep breath in. Exhale, release the hand. From here, you could, let's step back to plank or modified plank and hold. So here you could drop the knees again and come to a modified chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin like that little inchworm that we did, or stay with me and glide forward an inch or two so the shoulders are above in front of the wrists. Point the elbows back, hover at 90 or come to your belly, and then come to cobra or up dog. So up dog, you'd be on the tops of the feet, you'd lift the knees and straighten the arms. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, calf press. Come on the balls of your feet, heels lift. Exhale, one heel drops, one knee bends, pedal out. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, rise. And exhale, both heels drop. Pause here, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, roll out like plank and drop the right knee. So your right knee's dropped. So you're in a one knee down plank. Right knee is dropped because we're going to come into a little different variation here. So from this, I'm going to try to, I don't know the best way to show it to you. I'm going to stay here and hopefully explain it well. You're going to press into the right hand. You're going to kick your right shin back and come on the inner the left foot and then lift the body open to a modified side plank to pause. So you're in a knee down side plank. You got it. So from here, listen up if you can. You're going to take that top arm, stretch it above your ears. There's a long line from the outer edge of the foot to the fingertips. And then inhale it up towards the sky, all the way to the long leg. Inhale, big arcing curve up and over the arm. You maybe drop the gaze towards the ground. Inhale up to the ceiling, all the way to the back leg. So you're making like a rainbow with that left arm. Inhale, lift it up to the sky, all the way above the head, maybe look down. And inhale, lift it up, all the way to the long leg. You're gonna pop that arm up towards the sky and hold. So here's your choice. If you wanna try a full side plank, you could take that bottom leg and just kick it behind the front leg. So you're coming on the outer edge. That's right, perfect. Good job, Judy Lake, and you're demonstrating beautifully. Good, get on the inside edge of your left foot if you can. Yes, good. You could stack your feet or not. Yep, you got it. Good job. Take a deep breath. And exhale, flip back to plank or modified plank, on your knees or not. Let's drop our knees and take a rest in child. So send the hips to your heels. Hold there, let the head drop and breathe. Good. Good. Shift forward to tabletop, all fours. Just take a look at me if you are on the deck and if you're online too. I just want to show you something. So what we did here, just watch because we're going to do it on the other side. So this part was good, right? We were here and then we just did this kind of rainbow thing with our arm. And then when I went to side plank, you could either stay or this bottom leg, what I did, I'm on the inside edge of my foot. So my foot's like I'm in Tadasana or mountain pose. This bottom leg can come back and be on the outer edge, or you could stack. Okay? Or you're here. You guys did good. Okay, good. So come back to down dog, curl toes under, lift up, stretch. Good, come on the balls of your feet, calf press. Exhale, drop one heel, bend one knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, both heels drop. Let's try the other side. So you know you can modify. It's no big deal. We stay in the modified side plank. Glide to plank and drop the left knee. Glide to plank and drop the left knee. We can all do this, right? Are we good here? We're gliding into plank. We're dropping our left knee. I'm going to turn this way with you guys for just a moment. So from here, the left foot kicks back. You come on the left hand and the inside edge of the right foot and you lift the right arm. That's your modified slide plank. That might be where you stay. Take the arching rainbow curve, so reach the top arm above the ear towards the lake. Inhale it up to the ceiling, all the way down to the long leg. Inhale, lift it up and over the head. Exhale, release it down to the long leg. And do that one more time. So you're building some strength in your core, your side oblique muscles. You're freeing up the shoulder. Inhale, lift the arm all the way to the long leg. And now lift that arm up to the ceiling and hold. So option one, you stay. This is a perfect place for many of us to stay. If you want to take it up a level to a full side plank, take your left leg, kick it behind the bottom leg, or the top leg rather, behind the front leg, or stack your feet. Woo, and hold. Deep breath in. And exhale, release to plank or modified knee down plank. Drop your knees and shift back to child's pose. Good job. Few breaths there just to pause. You did awesome. So it's a little challenging if you took that full plank variation, so just taking some time to rest here. Knees could be hip width or wide. Good. Shift forward to tabletop, all fours. Knees back underneath hips. Wag the hips a couple times. So from here, we'll have an option to come into pigeon. I'll give you a modified option if pigeon doesn't feel good on the hips or the knees. So you're going to take your right leg through towards the top of the mat. So I'll mirror you if you're with me here, but right leg through to the top of the mat. So this is one option. You could be in like a linear pigeon, okay, where you sit on your heel. Another option, you could bring your knee out and your shin forward. If that doesn't feel good, you could be in more of a pinwheel shape where both knees are dropped. Looks like this from the side. And if that really doesn't feel good, you could be on your back and come into figure four. So I'm getting that same pigeon shape with the front leg. So have the right leg in some variation of a pigeon pose. And before we come down, we're going to rise up. So lift up. And then go ahead and walk into your pigeon. Or if you're in figure four on your back, you can hold. If you're in that pinwheel shape, same thing. You're going to come over the legs. So lots of ways to do it. You could be on your forearms. You could open the elbows, stack the palms or fists, let the head drop. So your version of a pigeon pose. And our bodies are all different. So some things are going to feel really good on your body. Some things might not feel so good. So you can rest. You could be up on the hands, bowing the head. You could be down on the elbows. You could have the elbows out, stack palms or fists, and head drops. So just take a few breaths wherever you chose to be. We're going to hold here. Good. You're doing awesome. So when we pause like this, it gives you a good chance to really notice how you're feeling in this pose, noticing the places that might feel tender or sensitive or stuck. And the longer you stay, you might be able to let that feeling dissipate and find some space, more room. You're just holding and breathing into the hips. Good job. Beautiful. If you're in pigeon, you're going to start to come on up. If you're in figure four, you can begin to switch sides just unravel and maybe take a little break between sides. If you're with me in pigeon, just lift the heart, lift the chest. If you're in figure four, maybe windshield wiper the legs or hug the knees into the belly. And then press into the hands, take it back to one child's pose, bring the front leg back to meet the back leg, knees hip width or wide. Arms extend. You could put hands in prayer and maybe bend the elbows, let the forearms come back towards the head. Take a few breaths or any other variation that feels good in your child's pose. Good. Good job. And then from where you are, if you're in child's, you can extend the arms forward and get back into tabletop and get ready for the other side. If you're on your back, just holding that figure four on the other side. So you guys are going to thread your left knee through, and you're going to either sit on your left heel or scoot your shin forward or be in that pinwheel shape. And before you come down, see if you can lift up in your pigeon pose. So press into the fingertips, lift the heart. If you want to even take a little back bend, you could open the heart, lift the face. And then start to slowly walk forward so you get up and over the leg. Walk forward to come on the fingertips, the forearms. Bring the elbows out, stack the fists wherever you want to be in that pigeon. And sometimes one side is really different than the other side. So if you want to take a different variation here, you can. You guys are doing awesome. Just come up onto the fingertips so you can walk back up. Maybe a little back bend if you like that, coming high, lifting up and out of the waist. And then releasing back to child's pose. You can reach the front leg back to meet the back leg, drop back. Then release the hands back near the shoulders. Press into the hands, roll up or lengthen up to sit on your heels. Let's take one last high kneel like we've been practicing. So come on up and stand on the shins last time. Exhale, open the arms, drop the chin, touch your lower back last time, and then open the heart to a modified camel, Ustrasana. And exhale, release, come to seated. You can bring the hips down and swing the legs around. Let's bring the feet together, knees apart to bound angle or Baddha Konasana. You're doing awesome. We'll do a few more things together and then we'll have plenty of time to rest. So feet together, knees apart, bound angle, sit up nice and tall. So soles of feet can touch, hands to ankles or whatever you can hold on to. Take a deep in breath. Maybe check out this beautiful view, this place that we're so lucky to be practicing at together today. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, reach forward over the legs. And you could hold a flat back, or you could come deeper. You could touch the feet, press the forearms into the calves, whatever would feel good. From here, lengthen to come on up. Bring the hands to the ankles. Lift your heart up through your arm bones. Lift the chest, look up. And then look back at your feet. Slide the hands along the shins, knees, bring the legs together. Let's take our feet nice and wide, about as wide as our mat, and bring your hands behind you and just do a few windshield wipers to loosen up any tension in the knees or the hips. That's it, just side to side, easy. Good, and then the time that the knees come over to one side, you'll hold, doesn't matter what side. Turn your head away from the knees. Find a steady gaze, drishti point, focal point, or close the eyes. Let the knees come through center, bring them up and over the other side. Look away from the knees, steady gaze or close the eyes. Good. Okay, bring the knees. Let's wiggle the feet about hip width and just scooch up towards the top of the mat so you have room to lay back. So lift the arms up above the head, knees up towards the sky on your sitting bones, arms long and tall. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're just coming halfway, just halfway. Tuck the tail, don't come all the way. See if you can hover, see if you can hold, see if you can engage your core muscles. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back halfway. Tuck the tail, engage your core. So go as far as you feel comfortable. You might feel a little shaking, a little engagement in the belly. And then come on up. One more time. Exhale, lower, hover. Stay. Take a deep breath in here. Full breath out. You can do it. And then inhale up last time. And we're coming down all the way. All the way, all the way, all the way. Good. Oh my goodness. Take a big stretch. Send the legs forward. Send the arms behind. Stretch your waist long. Look at the sky. It's so beautiful today. Hug the knees into the body. Hug the knees in towards the belly. Touch the knees or the shins or wrap the arms around the legs and rock. Bring your hands on top of the knees and circle the shins in one direction, or knees rather in one direction, so you're making a circular pattern around the low back. And then circle the knees the other way. Good. Hugging knees into belly. Just pause for a moment. Open the knees just like you did in bounding when we were sitting on the ground. If you can, you're going to slide the hands along the shins and catch your ankles or your feet. But hold whatever you can hold on to. Knees are wide apart. You're going to stay. Hold there. It's like bound angle, but you're on your back. From here, if you'd like to take it to happy baby, flex your feet up towards the sky. Ankles are above. So if it's hold the ankles or the calves. You could even come inside and grab the heels. I like being on the outer edges of the feet because it helps open your heart and chest and armpits. But if you can't reach, grab the legs or the inside edges. Maybe take a little rock. Good. Then pause. Bring the feet together, knees wide apart. Bring the hands to the knees to bring the knees back together. Place the feet on the ground, toes forward, heels back. Arms alongside the body, just to pause for a moment. Press your low back into the mat. So feel your navel drop towards your spine and feel your tailbone just kind of curl under without lifting the hips. So you're just imprinting your back on your mat. And then do the opposite of that. Let your low belly kind of relax and lift. Let your low back lift away and drive your tailbone down into the ground. So you're like arching your back away from the mat. Pelvic tilt. And then pelvic tuck. Exhale, press your breath out. Navel to spine, tailbone under like a cat pose. Inhale, pelvic tilt like cow. Tailbone drives down, belly lifts up, low back reaches away. And one more time, exhale, curl. Tuck your pelvis underneath your body. And then inhale, tilt your pelvis back towards the ground. Find a neutral pelvis where there's a natural curve in the low back. Check your feet. Toes forward, heels back, arms alongside body, feet about hip width distance. Press into feet to elevate the hips. You could lift them just a couple inches or bring them all the way up in line with the thighs. Staying here in bridge or rolling one shoulder under, the other shoulder under. Interlacing your fingers and pressing your fists towards your heels. You're going to stay in bridge pose. Good. Holding, engaging the leg muscles, working the core. Elevating the hips above the heart, so it's an inversion. Reversing the blood flow. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale, lower down. Release the hands and lower the hips. Let's send the left leg long. Hug the right knee into your belly. Hold the knee or the shin. Give that leg a rock. So if it's uncomfortable to have the left leg long, just bend the left knee and have the foot to the mat. That's an option too. So left leg either long or bent, but you're hugging right knee in and you're rocking that leg. And then hug the right knee into the belly. Give it a good squeeze to release the low back and feel your hip there, the front of the hip crease. Open the right arm to T, so it's same arm as bent leg. You're holding the knee with the opposite arm. You're going to roll into a twist. Just guide that leg across the body. So you roll more on the left hip and then turn your head away. Good. You're doing great. So just rolling right into that twist, just as far as you feel comfortable. Head can turn away from the knee. You could close the eyes or have a soft, relaxed gaze. Starting to cool down, to wind down. Let's come back through center. Press into the bottom foot, shift the hips back. Unwind the legs. Hug the other knee in, so give that left leg some love. Give it a nice squeeze into the body. If it's uncomfortable to have the right leg long, remember you could bend the right knee and have your foot up, foot to the ground, knee up towards the sky. Giving that left leg a nice squeeze and a little rock side to side. Good, you guys are doing great. And then from here, hugging that knee in, that deep squeeze, open the left arm out to T. And then start to guide that leg across the body so you roll more towards the right hip, all the way towards a knee down lunge. Turn the head away from the knees. If it's uncomfortable, you could always stack bottom, top leg. So adjust so it feels good for you. A few breaths. Good job. Unwind, come back onto your spine. Press into the left foot to scooch the hips back. Take any final stretch here. Take a big stretch out. Stretch the legs away. Stretch the arms away. Hold there for a moment. And then hug the knees back into the body one more time. So you're on your back, hugging your knees into your body one more time. Hugging the knees, taking that rock. Good. And then place your feet down on the ground. And take your feet about as wide as your mat. Let your inner thighs and knees touch, and then pigeon toe your feet so your toes are in and your heels are out just a little bit, just slightly. Arms, hands can come to your belly, or one hand onto the chest, one hand onto the belly, or arms off the body in Shavasana, 45 degrees at the armpit. And just hold here for a second. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, turn your head to the right without picking your head up, and then just pause there. Send your breath and your awareness into the left side of your neck. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. As you inhale, roll the head through center, pause. And exhale, turn your head the other way and hold. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, roll the head through center. Exhale right where you are. Take a moment to land and just notice how you feel. Notice the earth beneath your body, the space around your body, the sun, the shade, the breeze, the sounds close by and the sounds in the distance. You're welcome to rest here for another moment before coming to Shavasana. Or if there's any final pose or stretch or posture that you want, you could take that. Eventually the knees will separate slightly back up towards the sky. You can extend one leg long to the long corner of the mat, the other leg long to the front corner of the mat, and then the arms fall into that Shavasana shape. So I'll continue to guide you into your final relaxation, but again, if there's anything else you want to do, feel free. So eventually we're on our backs. If there's any tenderness in the low back, you could have your feet on the ground with your knees up to the ceiling or sky, or the knees knocked together. Close your eyes. Let your whole body relax. Let your breath soften. Let your mind settle. Feel yourself come into this deeper and deeper state of peace. Allowing more freedom and grace and ease with each breath. The face softens, your forehead and eyes and jaw. The space around the heart and the chest and the collarbones open up. That freedom and ease and love and peace and compassion from the heart can start to travel through the whole body, down the arm bones, shining out the fingers and thumbs and palms of hands, through the rib cage and the belly and the hips, traveling down the legs, to the soles of the feet and the tips of the toes. Letting the upper body relax. Your lower body relax. Your whole body relax. Good. Taking just a couple more moments here in stillness and silence. As you continue to lie here without disturbing your body or your rest, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Let your breath deepen. Start to tune back into your body again. As you tune back into the body, maybe bring movement in, if you'd like, to the outer edges of the body, if that would feel comfortable. And then eventually make your way onto either side to come to a fetal position on the left or the right, with the knees into the belly and the arms into the chest. Your eyes could be closed, or a soft, relaxed gaze as you rest here just for a moment longer. Press the ground away, come back up to seated when you're ready. Let the backs of the hands touch the knees or the lap. Let the palms roll open and sit up tall from the bottom of the tail to the top of the head. Open your heart and chest. Take a deep breath in. And full breath out. On your next in-breath, let your hands float back together to a prayer position Anjali Mudra, the palms can meet. And as you exhale, bow your head back to yourself, back to any intention you set for today, back to this beautiful place that we're practicing and the ability to be together in community, whether we're here on the deck or here online, that we can practice together, breathe together, find peace and joy through movement together. We'll end together on the sound of Om, the sound of community, starting with a letting go breath. Take a deep inhale. Exhale a sigh. Good, we'll begin deep breath in. And as your head bows back to yourself, taking one last moment to honor the divinity and the light that shine within you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here. It was great to have you. Thank you. Thank you online. Thank you everybody. So good. So we'll be back next Wednesday. We'll do this through September, and then Fridays at 5:30. So I'll see you again real soon. Thanks. And I'll check in with you guys just as I pack up. Okay? Great.